Every year, thousands of California homeowners sit across from a contractor, look at a quote, and make the same devastating mistake. They say yes. Not because the price is fair, not because they did their research, but because they don't know what they don't know. And in California, where labor costs are among the highest in the country, where permits add thousands to every project, and where a single bad contractor decision can spiral into a financial nightmare, not knowing what you don't know is extremely expensive. We're talking about the $80,000 mistake, and it happens more often than you think. Today we're going to break down exactly why California homeowners consistently overpay for renovations, sometimes by 30, 40, even 50%, and give you the specific tools and strategies to make sure it never happens to you. Because here on the Central Coast, where home values are among the highest in the country and every dollar of equity matters, renovating smart isn't just about aesthetics, it's about protecting your wealth. Let's get into it. The first reason California homeowners overpay is the one nobody talks about. They start with the wrong question. Most homeowners approach a renovation by asking, "How much will this cost?" That's the wrong question. The right question is, "How much should this cost?" Those two questions have very different answers, and the gap between them is where contractors make their money. Here's what we mean. A mid-range bathroom remodel in California, new tile, new vanity, new fixtures, keeping the existing layout, should cost between $8,000 and $20,000 depending on materials and finishes. That's the should cost number. But the average California homeowner who walks into that project without research pays $22,000 to $35,000. The gap between what it should cost and what most people actually pay is where the $80,000 mistake lives, spread across multiple projects over a lifetime of home ownership. So how does it happen? It starts with something called anchor pricing. When a contractor gives you a quote, the first number they say becomes your anchor. Everything else gets measured against that anchor. A contractor who quotes you $40,000 for a kitchen remodel and then offers to do it for $32,000 feels like they're giving you a deal. You just saved $8,000. Except a well-researched homeowner would know that kitchen should cost $25,000. You didn't save $8,000, you overpaid by $7,000. And you feel good about it. This is one of the oldest negotiating tactics in the contractor playbook, and it works almost every time on homeowners who haven't done their research. Before you call a single contractor, go to HomeAdvisor and search your specific project. You'll see real crowdsourced cost data from homeowners across California who have done exactly what you're planning. That number is your anchor before theirs becomes yours. You can also check Fixer for detailed California-specific cost breakdowns by project type. Both are completely free. The second reason California homeowners overpay is the single quote trap. Studies consistently show that homeowners who get only one contractor quote pay an average of 23% more than homeowners who get 3 or more quotes for the same project. 23%. On a $30,000 renovation, that's almost $7,000 left on the table because someone skipped 2 phone calls. In markets where contractor demand is consistently high and good tradespeople are genuinely busy, this problem is worse than the national average. Contractors know you're calling them because someone else wasn't available. They know your project needs to start soon. They know you're emotionally invested in the outcome. That knowledge costs you money. The rule is simple and non-negotiable. Get a minimum of 3 quotes for any project over $5,000. Not 2, 3. And make every contractor quote against exactly the same written scope of work so you're comparing apples to apples. The fastest way to get 3 legitimate quotes from licensed contractors in your area is Angie, formerly Angie's List. You enter your project details once, and verified local contractors come to you. No cold calling, no searching, no hoping the person who answers is actually licensed. Angie verifies licensing and insurance for you before you ever speak to anyone. Thumbtack is another excellent option that works the same way. The third reason California homeowners overpay might be the most surprising. They don't understand what they're actually paying for. Most renovation quotes bundle labor and materials together into a single number. That single number makes it almost impossible to identify where the money is going and where you might be able to save. A contractor who charges $40 per square foot to install tile is including the cost of the tile, the adhesive, the grout, the labor, and their profit margin all in one number. You have no idea if the tile they're using costs $2 per square foot or $12 per square foot. The fix is to always ask for an itemized quote. Labor and materials separated for every component of the project. Most contractors will provide this if you ask. And the ones who refuse to provide an itemized quote are usually the ones who have the most to hide in their pricing. An itemized quote also gives you a powerful tool for value engineering. Maybe you want to supply your own materials from Home Depot or a local tile supplier and have the contractor provide labor only. Knowing the actual material cost before your contractor quotes it gives you tremendous negotiating power and can save 15 to 30% on materials alone. The fourth reason is one that catches even experienced homeowners off guard: scope creep. A renovation project almost always starts with a clear, defined scope. Replace the kitchen cabinets, install new countertops, update the lighting. The budget is set, the contract is signed, and then the project begins. And while we're at it, let's replace that old faucet. And while we're at it, let's add the under-cabinet lighting we always wanted. And while we're at it, let's move that outlet that was never in the right place. Each of those decisions seems small in isolation. What's another $300 on a $20,000 project? But scope creep is cumulative, and it's relentless. That $20,000 kitchen can become $28,000 through a series of while we're at it decisions that each seemed perfectly reasonable in the moment. The defense against scope creep is a written scope document created before the project begins. Not just a contractor quote, but a detailed written description of exactly what is and what is not included in the project. Every change to that scope should require a formal, written change order, with the cost clearly stated before the work is done. This single habit can save thousands of dollars on any renovation project. If budgeting and tracking renovation costs feels overwhelming, and it does for most homeowners, our complete renovation guide, Remodel Without Going Broke, walks you through creating your scope document, tracking every line item, and managing change orders so nothing slips through the cracks. The fifth reason is the most painful because it's completely avoidable: hiring unlicensed contractors. California has strict licensing requirements for contractors. Any project over $500 in combined labor and materials legally requires a licensed contractor or must be done by the homeowner themselves. Unlicensed contractors are almost always cheaper, sometimes significantly cheaper. And that lower price is almost always a false economy. Unlicensed work in California creates unpermitted improvements that must be disclosed when you sell your home. Buyers use unpermitted work as negotiating leverage, price reductions that far exceed what you saved by hiring the unlicensed contractor in the first place. Lenders can refuse to finance homes with significant unpermitted work. Insurers can deny claims related to unpermitted improvements. And when something goes wrong, and with unlicensed contractors, something almost always eventually goes wrong, you have almost no legal recourse, no license bond to claim against, no insurance to cover the damage, no regulatory body to file a complaint with. Always verify a contractor's license at the California Contractors State License Board website before signing any contract. It's completely free and takes 5 minutes. If you'd rather have someone else handle the verification for you, Angie does it automatically. Every contractor in their network is pre-verified for licensing and insurance before they ever appear in your results. The sixth and final reason California homeowners overpay is the one that underlies all the others. They go in emotionally instead of strategically. Renovation decisions made from excitement, frustration, or urgency are almost always more expensive than decisions made from research and patience. The homeowner who has been staring at that dated bathroom for 2 years and finally snaps and calls a contractor on a Tuesday afternoon is going to pay more than the homeowner who spent 3 weeks researching costs, getting quotes, and choosing their contractor carefully. Urgency is a contractor's best friend and a homeowner's worst enemy. The moment a contractor senses urgency, you need this done before the holidays, you're selling the house in 3 months, you can't live with this kitchen another day, the price goes up. Sometimes subtly, sometimes dramatically, but it almost always goes up. The most powerful thing you can do before any renovation project is give yourself time. Research what the project should cost. Identify 3 qualified licensed contractors. Get itemized quotes. Compare them carefully. And then, make a decision from knowledge instead of emotion. The single best investment you can make in that process is education. Our complete guide, Remodel Without Going Broke, goes even deeper on every strategy in this video. Every cost breakdown, every contractor negotiation tip, every budgeting framework. If you want to walk into your next renovation with complete confidence, that's where to start. You can find it on Amazon. Now, let's recap the 7 reasons California homeowners overpay for renovations and exactly what to do about each one. Number 1. Start with the right question. Before you call anyone, research what your project should cost on HomeAdvisor and Fixer. Walk in knowing your number before they give you theirs. Number 2. Don't let anchor pricing trap you. The first number a contractor says becomes your reference point. Do your research first so their anchor has no power over you. Number 3. One quote is never enough. Always get 3 bids through Angie or Thumbtack. That one habit alone can save you thousands. Number 4. Never accept a bundled quote. Ask for labor and materials itemized separately, and consider supplying your own materials through Home Depot to cut costs even further. Number 5. Protect your budget from scope creep. Write down exactly what is and isn't included before work begins, and require a formal change order for every single addition. Number 6. Always verify before you hire. Check every contractor's license at the California Contractors State License Board website. 5 minutes of verification can save you years of regret. And number 7. Slow down. Urgency is a contractor's best friend. Give yourself time, do your research, and make decisions from knowledge instead of emotion. Here on the Central Coast, the homeowners who renovate smart, who know what things cost, who hire the right people, who protect their budget from the beginning, are the ones who build real, lasting equity in their homes. Everything mentioned in this video, HomeAdvisor, Fixer, Angie, Thumbtack, Home Depot, and our book, Remodel Without Going Broke, is linked in the description below. Subscribe to Redwood Tides Fixer for weekly videos on renovating smart, budgeting right, and building real value in your home. We'll see you in the next one.